Hi there. This week episode is it's not something I premeditated, right? Just came from a scenario some weeks ago. I seen a movie with one of my best men. I told him, he said something. Watching a movie, I don't know, maybe Squid Game or so. Watching a movie, and he said when he was younger. It was that statement that I said that is bringing about this episode. He said when he was younger, when we were younger, we were always seeing Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and Hulk. Now it caught my attention, got me through, but I saw a lesson there. So this was what he said. He said then he wanted to be a Spider-Man. Like he loved the way Spider-Man was gonna be jumping skyscrapers with a spider and just. I said he said he did something that got me laughing. He said then he said it in Yoruba. He said Spider-Man game, Spider game, Spider-Man. He said he went to the extent of taking a spider, putting it on his hand. Oh yeah, bite me, oh. I want to be a Spider-Man, I want to fly buildings, I want to save the world. To save people, right? Now fast forward to now, right? As I said the word that day, I couldn't really continue with the movie. I was just meditating on what he just said. That single line got my attention. So what happened? What took our geniuses? What shifted our attention? What belittled our thinking? Why are we selfish now? Why do we want to do it just our way? And I came to this conclusion that peradventure it's not our fault, right? Life might have hurt us in different ways we never expected. Disappointment might have come from left and right and center and had got us down. But this is it. There is a way to get our geniuses back. Remember, PHPseries is purpose, happiness, and passion. Happiness in the middle. So the goal is living happier, living a happier life, getting our geniuses. And this is what I have found. That time when we were younger, they wanted to do all those big things like Earth. When we still have life had not really showed us what it is per se. No cares of life per se, so we were just living a natural of say. I still believe our spirit was at the optimum those times, because there were the external influence on our life then were as little as possible. But this is my point: living a happier life, connecting it with the story, doing big things. Now this is what I found out. So I just now came up with some suggestions. Why don't we go back to things we used to do then? Right? When we were younger. Why don't we write out some 10 things? 10 things that seems to be our passion, that catch or fancy, that makes us happy. Because this is it. The goal is to be happy in life. Remember what we talked about abundance and satisfaction in the last episode. The goal is to be happy. And so can we come to this state where we know life has all us, disappointment from left and right, and things have not gone as we think it should per se, right? Even though everything that had happened in our life, every disappointment, every fall, every failure had brought us to where we are now. I want you to think of that. Everything that had happened in your life, that it seems to appear bad, seems to appear unpalatable, or you seem not to want it or not expecting it, and brought you to where you are. So the consolation now is everything that you think you're going through now, or any disappointment coming your way now, it is preparing you for where you should be. So you will be a better person as a result of what you're going through now. Remember, I once said preparing is part of life, right? It was orchestrated, it was integrated into life. Yeah, if it was all juicy and right, there was no challenges. picture, there is no need. Life, like there is no proof of living, no success stories. Everything will just be as sweet as, and then there is no teaching. Like there will, but eventually there will be no need of influencing. There will be no need of purpose, right? Because everybody will just be like this sweet and let it just be like that. So there is no need of me finding one thing, going through one order that I could use it to motivate some other people coming after me. No, right? But this is how to live. This is now. I felt okay. Why don't we go back? I told you this episode is spanned from just a discussion or just from a word somebody said, and this. Why don't we go back to some things we used to do when we were younger? It could be simple things, just as maybe when we were younger, maybe you just like singing, right? Maybe when you were younger, maybe you just like drawing. Like I have a friend of mine who is very close to me. He sings, and I remember those times in primary school, how he used to draw very well. So very recently, we were just talking, and he mentioned how he cannot draw anything again. But then I'm not saying he's doing bad. But imagine how he used to draw very well then, and he was a great artist, right? So things like that. So why not? Okay, so this other point. Why not just go back to those times when you were younger? Why not just write out some things that gets you happy? Can you? That's one. Can you now schedule those things into your? Can you put those things into your daily schedule? Like you are putting it into what you do daily. Integrating it. I want you to know this thing, that life does not give in to wishes, does not give in to concept, does not answer to concept or wishes like that. So it is until you get it done. Getting it done is better than perfect. So those things you've written, these are like some action plan, right, to live an happier life. Then what I'm going to title this episode is how to live a happier life here. So how to live an happier life. So this just write those things down, those things that used to thrill you, that get you happy, that brings you into this elated state when you were younger, right? Write them down, schedule it into your daily routine, and let's see how far you can go by this. Know that done is better than perfect. So you really do not need to do this thing perfectly, but just get it done. Yeah, get it done. Life only reward a focused life. The universe will only reward a focused life. So get this done. Let's see if we can be able to integrate some happier life into this. Blessings.